Hello everyone, I'm from Chandu Biology Classes. Uh, Today in this session, it is completely related to TNTRB Assistant Professor Exam. In this session, I'm going to give you a 75-day strategy, particularly for a subject of zoology. Before that, you should know the pattern of the examination. See, we have two stages in this examination. So the first stage will be the written examination. Okay, and the second stage will be the interview. In first stage, so we have to focus on this first stage, that is written examination. See, in the written examination we have a two paper 1 and paper 2. And paper 1, the duration of this paper 1 will be 3 hours, and the maximum mark of this paper 1 will be 100. In paper 2, the duration will be 3 hours and the maximum mark will be 100. So in paper 1 we have a two different sections, section A and B. In section A we have a multiple choice question. Okay, and the question will be related to the Tamil language and from the current affairs. So in this section we have a 50 number of questions. Okay, 25 questions will be related to a Tamil language or from the Tamil language, and in the remaining 25 questions are from the current affairs. Okay, totally 50 questions. Each question carries 1 mark, so totally 50 marks for this section A under the paper 1. In section B, it is a descriptive type. So the question from this section will be related to the subject you have choose. Okay, you are based on. And the duration of this particular section B will be 2 hours. And we have an option in this section B. Totally, there will be an 8 question. Out of 8 question, we have to write 5 questions. And the each question carries 10 marks. So totally 15 marks. Okay, so section A and section B have 50 plus 50. So paper 1 will be, the maximum mark of paper 1 will be 100 marks. In paper 2, same like paper 1, two sections, section A and B. And in section A, that will be a multiple choice questions. All the question will be compulsory here. And the questions are related to the subject you have chosen. Right, and the section A, the duration of this particular section will be 1 hour, and the number of questions asked in section A in paper 2 will be the 50 questions. Each question carry 1 mark, so total mark will be 50. And in section B, it is a descriptive type. You have to write the answer, and all the questions here we have a choice in this section, and totally we have 8 questions, and out of 8 questions you have to choose 5 questions those you are thorough with, and the number of each question carries 10 marks. So 5 into 10, 50 marks. So section paper 2 will be 100 marks and paper 1 will be 100 marks. So the written examination have totally 200 marks. Right now, so we are going to give you a strategy regarding the subject of zoology. In zoology, we have a 10 units in our syllabus. Okay, that is unit 1 will be animal diversity and phylogeny, and unit 2 will be cellular organization, unit 3 will be developmental biology and immunology, unit 4 animal physiology, unit 5 inheritance biology genetics, unit 6 ecological principles, unit 7 molecules and their interactions, unit 8 evolution and behavior, unit 9 biotechnology, unit 10 methods in biology. So it is very difficult when you to cover all these units in the very less number of days. So I have come up with a strategy how to cover all these 10 units in 75 days. I have a plan for this. So unit 1, for unit 1 we have 7 days. In 7 days, we can easily complete the unit 1. Okay, so first in unit 1, what is the unit 1? Animal diversity and phylogeny. In this unit, we are the what are all the subunits are present in this animal diversity and phylogeny means that will be the concept of species, hierarchical taxa and binomial nomenclature, and all the basic concepts related to the chordata and non-chordata, and all everything other than this will be related to the phylums. We have a different phylums right from the porifera to the chordata. Okay, and in each phylum, the most important characteristics have been given in your syllabus. So we have to thorough with all the important characteristic features of all the phylum. So for day one, you have to focus on the basic concepts, right? So the concept of species, hierarchical taxon, and binomial nomenclature. And the second topic will be the basic concepts. That is, what is the difference between unicellular and multicellular, and what are all the levels of organization, and what levels of organization means what? Cellular level of organization, tissue level of organization, organ level of organization, and organ system level of organization. So the basic understanding of the level of organization and organization of coelom and symmetry, and what is asymmetry, what is symmetrical, what is radially symmetry, what is bilaterally symmetry. So all the basic concepts related to the symmetry. And metamerism, it is somewhat related to the segments and which phylum is known for its metameric segmentation. So all the general concepts related to all the phylum. So the third thing you have to read with the general characters and classification of all the phylum. Okay. See, we have a phylum Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Azelminthes, um, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and phylum Chordata. And you have to thorough with what are all the general characteristics and classification of all the phylum in the animal kingdom. So these are all the things you have to cover in the first day. And in the second day, we have to read. See, already we have completed general characteristics and classification of all the phylum, right? So it is very easy when it comes to the protozoa. You just want to read the Entamoeba histolytica and Plasmodium vivax. That is sufficient related to the Porifera, because these are all the topics given in your syllabus. When it comes to the porifera, we have already read the general characters and classification. So if you finish the canal system, that's all about the porifera. And in third subdivision, that is coelenterata. And in coelenterata, you have to read the polymorphism and metagenesis and what are all the types of corals and what is meant by coral reefs. And in helminthes, we have two different phylum. We are calling them as the helminthes, that is Platyhelminthes and Nemathelminthes. Already we have read the general characters and classification, but here you have to read only the liver fluke under the Platyhelminthes and Ascaris under the Nemathelminthes. So these are all the topics you have to cover under the second day. At the third day, you have to cover the phylum Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, and list of larval forms. What are all the larval forms involved? It is involved in the all the phylum under the invertebrates and some of the minor phylum. So in Annelida, they have given. So already we have read about the general characters and classification of these all the phylums. So if you read the adaptative radiation in the polychaetes, that's all about Annelida. And if you cover the economic importance of insects, there will be no other topics will be there in the syllabus under the arthropoda. So that's all about the arthropoda. In mollusca, the most important concept, that is torsion and detorsion, that is happen only in the class gastropod. So if you finish this, that's all about the mollusca. After finishing that, what are all the larval forms involved in all the phylum? So if it is a direct development, there is no point of reading the larval stages because there is no larval stages in the direct development. In the indirect development, the egg will be hatched out into a larva. Only then the larva will be converted into an adult. So what are all the larval stages involved in all the phylums? You have to read the list. Now you have a minor phylums. These are all the minor phylums. So you have to know the basic understanding regarding this minor phylum. So these are all the things you have to cover in the third day. And in fourth day, there will be chordates, fishes, amphibians. These are all the topic you have to cover in the fourth day. In chordates, you have to know what are all the origin and evolution of chordates. See, in chordates, we have three different types. There is hemichordata, urochordata, and cephalochordata. You have to read the relationship between all these three different phylums. And in fishes, already we have read the general characteristics and classification. If you read about this adaptive radiation in bony fishes, that's all this is the only topic given under the fishes in our syllabus. So it is sufficient to read that. And in amphibians, you should know how the origin regarding the origin and evolution and adaptive radiation of amphibia, how the amphibians has been evolved from the fishes. This is how you have to read. And these are all the topics you have to cover in the fourth day. And in fifth day, you should read about the reptiles, aves, mammals, and aquatic adaptation in aves and mammals. See, regarding the reptiles, aves, and mammals, you have to cover the origin and evolution. Okay, and in reptiles, this is known as the era of Mesozoic. You have to read regarding the skulls of different reptiles, and you have to read the Mesozoic world, and you have to read the poisonous and non-poisonous snakes. And in aves, you have to know how the birds, how the birds have adopted the characteristic features of flight, how it adopted the flight adaptation. So you have to know what are all the characteristic features is important that makes the bird fly. So these are all the topics you have to cover under the aves. Now, in mammals, you have to read about the, after studying the origin of mammals, you have to read the what are all the primitive mammals. So you have to read about prototheria, metatheria, and eutherian mammals. So after reading that, the aquatic adaptation in aves and mammals. These are all the topics you have to cover in the fifth day. And in sixth day, there will be a structure and functions of integuments and derivatives and comparative account of jaw suspension, girdles, limbs, and heart. So this is the two topics you have to cover under the sixth day. And in seventh day, you have to revise what are all the things you have read in the before 6 days. Okay, so the seventh day will be the revision of unit 1. Right now, after finishing unit 1, there comes the unit 2. In the day 8, you have to finish the plasma membrane and what are all the cell organelles present inside the cell. So this is the two topics you have to cover in day 8. And after in day 9, you have to read about the organization of genes and chromosomes, cell division, and cell cycle. Okay, you have to read about the uh, G1 phase, G0 phase, G2 phase, S phase, and mitotic phase. These are all the phase involved in the cell cycle. And in cell division, you have to read about the meiosis and mitotic cell division. And unit 10, this is related to the replication. So what are all the things you have to read under the replication means what is DNA replication and what are all the enzymes involved in the DNA replication and what is a DNA repair mechanism. So all the things will be related to the DNA replication that you have to read in the day 10. And in day 11, you have to read about the transcription and what is transcription, enzymes involved in transcription, and what are all the transcription factors involved in the process of transcription, and what is post transcription. These are all the things you have to read in the transcription. And in day 12, you have to read about the translation. That is, RNA is converted into a protein. And what is translation? What are all the enzymes involved in translation? What is the area where this particular translation is going to happen? And what is post-translation modification? What is tRNA processing? So all these will be coming under the translation. This you have to read in the day 12. And in day 13, you have to read about the cell signaling and cell communication. We have a different types of cell signaling, like paracrine signaling and autocrine signaling. We have a different types of signaling, so you have to read that. And what is cell communication? So we have a different types of junctions involved in the cell communication, so you have to read all these in the day 30. And in day 14, you have to cover the cancer and what is the process of apoptosis. So that's all about the unit 12. These are all the unit 2. These are all the topics given under the unit 2. So in each day, you have to dig deep and you have to read all these important things under these topics. So day 15 is completely related to the revision of unit 2. Okay, and after finishing that, unit 3, in unit 3, it is related to the developmental biology and immunology. In day 16, you have to read about the gametogenesis, fertilization, and early development. See, this is the big unit, so you can take 2 days to complete this topic, and day 16 and day 17. In these days, you have to read this same topic, gametogenesis, fertilization, and early development. And in day 18, you have to read the morphogenesis and organogenesis, how organ has been developed, how organ has been synthesized, okay, after the process of gametogenesis. So these are all the things related to the morphogenesis and organogenesis. So this is also a big topic. So you have to take 2 days for this to complete this topic. So day 18 and day 19 will be related to the morphogenesis and organogenesis. So day 20 will be related to the human reproduction. In this day, you have to read about the human reproduction. What are all the see, we have a male reproductive system and a female reproductive system. What are all the parts involved in the male and female reproductive system, and each part is related to which function, what is their function? So all these things will be, you have to cover under the human reproduction. So immunology, as usual, it is a big topic, so you can take 2 days to complete this topic. And in day 23, it is completely related to the revision of unit 3. And in unit 4, it is related to the human physiology. So in day 24, you can read about the endocrinology. This is completely related to hormone. So it is very easy. You can complete in this day, and you can start the digestive system and in endocrinology, it is a simple topic. You can finish it in one day. And in day 25, you can read the blood and circulation and cardiovascular system. So it is both of these topic will be completely related to each other. So if you read simultaneously, it will be very easy to get the concept. Okay. And in day 26, you can read the respiratory system. In day 27, you can read the nervous system. And in day 28, you can read the excretory system. And in day 29, you have to focus on the receptors, thermoregulation, and stress adaptation. So these are all the topics given under the physiology. And day 30, you have to revise. So revision at the end of the unit is very, very important. Okay. And in human physiology, you have to focus on the picture. Diagram is important. So when they have when asked in the descriptive question, always physiology has to be associated with a picture. So you have to draw a picture and you have to mark it. You have to label the parts. Okay, so that is important. That will be an extra credit when it comes to the mark. And in unit 5, it is related to the genetics. We have it is very simple to cover this unit. And in day 31, you can finish Mendelian principles. That is, what is monohybrid, what is dihybrid, and what is trihybrid. So you can finish the Mendelian principles, and you can finish the extensions of Mendelian principle. That is incomplete dominance and codominance. These are all the extensions of Mendelian principle. You can finish that. So when you read about the Mendelian principles, you can easily finish the concept of gene. So all these are interlinked to each other. So I can finish in the day 31. And in day 32, you can finish the gene mapping methods. What are all the methods used in the gene mapping? And you can finish a cytoplasmic inheritance. And in day 33, you can finish the microbial genetics, human genetics, and quantitative genetics. In day 34, you can finish the structural and numerical alterations of chromosomes. So you can read about the karyotyping. And in mutation, what are all the types of mutation, and about the recombination. So these are all the topics which are given under the syllabus in unit 5. So day 35 will be completely related to the revision of unit 5. Okay, and after finishing that, the unit 6, it is related to the ecology. It is a very easy unit as well as a scoring unit. Okay. So day 36, you can finish environment, it's a basic understanding of environment and population ecology. And in day 37, you can read about the species interactions and community ecology. In 38, you can finish the ecological succession. What is primary succession and what is secondary succession, like that. And what you can finish also ecosystem ecology. So these are all the simple topics. So you can study both the concept in a day. And in day 39, you can finish the biodiversity and biodiversity conservation. And in day 40, this is somewhat related to the environmental pollution. What are all the issues we are facing in the environment, and what is e-waste, and how can we eradicate this e-waste, and what is environmental exploitation? In the name of development, we are exploiting the environment much. So what are all the summits have been submitted, has been signed regarding the environment? So these are all an important thing you have to read about this. And in day 41, you have to read about the pollution and clean energy sources and effluent management, emission standards, clean potable water. So this is an related to unit 6. And in day 42, you have to dedicate to the revision of this particular unit 6. And in unit 7, it is somewhat related to biochemistry. And it is a bigger unit actually, but you can try to finish in 6 days. And in day 43, you have to read the carbohydrates. Particularly, you have to finish both carbohydrate chemistry and carbohydrate metabolism. Okay, how we can metabolize the carbohydrates, how the energy has been synthesized as a result of carbohydrate metabolism. So what are all the cycles involved in the carbohydrate metabolism? So all these things you have to be covered under the carbohydrates. Same thing for lipids, proteins, nucleic acid, and vitamins. So in all the biomolecules, you have to cover both the chemistry and metabolism. And in day 47, you have to read about the vitamins. What are all the types of vitamins? So we have water soluble vitamins and fat soluble vitamins, and we have the different names of vitamins. So we have different biological functions. Each vitamins will be acting as a cofactor, coenzyme. So all these things will be coming under vitamins. So you have to cover this on day 47. And in day 48, you have to revise the entire unit biochemistry. That is unit 7. Okay. And in unit 8, you have to it is related to the evolution. In day 49, what are all the evolutionary thoughts? See, there have been a different theory how we have been evolved, how the human have been evolved. So all the theories, all the evolutionary thoughts you have to cover in the day 49. And in day 50, how the cell has been originated, how the unicellular organism have been evolved first. So the evolution you have to cover this under day 50. In day 51, you have to read what is paleontology and what is evolutionary history. And in day 52, you have to read completely about molecular evolution. And in day 53, population genetics. And day 54, brain behavior and evolution. And in day 55, you have to dedicate yourself in revising the unit 8. And in day unit 9, in day starts from day 56, you have to cover the recombinant DNA technology. As it is a bigger topic, you can take 2 days to complete this topic. And in day 58, you can read the biotechnology in healthcare, pharmaceutical products of DNA technology. And in day 59, you can revise the microbial fermentation technology and enzyme technology. And in day 13, it is related to the animal cell culture, enzyme technology, biodegradation, and bioremediation. And in day 61, IPR, that is intellectual property rights, and what is patent and what is TM, that is trademark, copyrights, genetically modified organisms, and genetically modified foods, and what is their advantage and disadvantage, and what is microbial welfare, and what is called as microbial weapons, and what is bioterrorism. So all these will be coming under unit 9. And day 62 will be completely dedicated to the revision of unit 9. And in unit 10, there has been a techniques in that. In day 63 will be histochemical and immunotechnics, and in day 64 you have to read the biophysical method, and day 65 statistical method, and day 66 radio labeling techniques, and 67 will be microscopic techniques, and in day 68 electrophysiological methods. And you have to revise this unit 10 on day 69. That's all about the unit 10. And remind days, that is from the day 70 to 75, you have to revise the most important topics from our syllabus. So in day 70, you have to revise the general characters and classification of all the phylum. This is related to unit 1. And in day 71, you have to revise the cell organelles and its function. For example, mitochondria, it is somewhat related to energy production of a cell. Like that, you have to read all the cell organelles and what is their function. And also the enzymes involved in replication, transcription, and translation. So these are all important topics you have to cover in day 71. And in 72, you have to read the cycles in the biochemistry. We have a glycolysis, gluconeogenesis. We have a different cycles in biochemistry, and also enzymes and its kinetics. So this is the topic you have to cover in day 72. And in day 73, and what are all the techniques in the biotechnology and what are all their applications. And day 74 and 75 will be completely related to the revision test. That is, you have to take the mock test. And last 2 days will be completely dedicated to the mock test and you have to analyze yourself. So that's all about the 75 days strategy. We are planning to conduct a class regarding this TNTRB exam. In our class we can assure you a 70 to 75 days a plan. Okay, and in these days we are going to cover the entire syllabus, and most particularly all the important topics will be covered in our class. And most importantly, and this as this exam has a descriptive type of question, so we are also giving a practice how to strategize your writing. That is, how to structureize your writing, how to write in the descriptive form. So all these written practice will be given in our class, and all the class will be taken in the means of PPT so that you can get the concept very easily. And we are also providing a study material in our classes, and all the classes conducted by ourselves will be live session. and if you miss the live session, we are also providing the recording sessions for you. And we are also providing a 10 mark test. Okay. After completing each and every unit, we are providing a unit wise test. And after completing all the units, we are providing the mock test also. So the course has been starting from the June 1st. And if you have any queries, you can call to this number. Okay. And make use of the class. Thank you so much.